Well, I'm glad you're here watching my video on YouTube. The fact is, I don't know how long this will be up, since YouTube has decided to start censoring me and pulling down my videos. But don't worry, you can watch this video on rumble.com/RandPaul, where I post all of my content. Love to see you over at rumble.com.
Joining us now to tell us about the effect of excessive government spending on our economy, Kentucky Senator Rand Paul. Senator, thank you for joining me. We're talking about the spending and infrastructure and all these spending, and we're watching inflation just spike. And I said, we got to talk to Rand. Rand's a libertarian. I'm trying to be a libertarian. You're a capital L, I'm a little L, I think, or something like that. But it really is an inflationary cycle when we spend. And some of the stuff they're spending on is insane. Rand, Senator.
Well, I tell people we're trying to keep them from looting the Treasury, but it's not really even that. They looted the Treasury long ago. We're trying to protect your kids' future now, the future of the country, the future of the dollar. We've borrowed so much in the last 2 years, really at the behest of both parties. The Republicans were complicit last year, and now even some this year. Big government Republicans are complicit with Democrats. But before they're done, we're looking at $7 to $8 trillion worth of new debt. This is going to lead to price inflation. Nothing is free in life. When government comes to you and says, here's a free stimulus check, here's free college, here's free child care, and it's infrastructure, but it's free, don't believe them. It's a bait and switch. The bait and switch is this. You're going to get something for free, what appears to be free, but your prices will rise. And by the end of the year, you'll be no better off than you began with. And if we end up having like the inflation we had in the 1970s, you'll eventually get economic stagnation and job loss as well. So this is a really bad idea.
Listen, this is what I want to get to here, Senator. And you and I have been talking about this for the better part of 15 years. But yet the stock market near a record high, 35,000. Labor market looks strong. Housing markets look strong. Looks like there's demand, pent-up demand across almost every retail sector. What is the economy missing? What are investors missing that you and I are talking about right now?
Well, it's what Lord Maynard Keynes said. If you create stimulus, it works. And he was asked, what about the long run? If you print up all this money, will it stimulate? Will there stimulate demand and cause a boom in the economy? Yes, we're in the midst of that. Creation of money works in the short run. But when Lord Maynard Keynes was asked what happens in the long run, he flippantly said, oh, well, we'll all be dead. So that is the problem here, is in the short run, you can appear to create wealth by printing money and giving it to people. We passed out $1,400 checks to people. Both parties were advocating for this, but it's a foolish notion, and ultimately it will catch up. There will be ramifications. The stock market is sky high now, but that might be a time to think about reconsidering whether you want to stay completely in the market as well.
Very good, very good. Senator, you also wrote an op-ed about masks, and I think it had something to the effect of masks versus freedom. Tell us what you mean.
Well, the thing is, there's no real science saying that masks work. When you put in mask mandates, either at the state level or the country level, what you find is that the incidence of the disease does not decline. In fact, throughout the last year and a half, as each mask mandate or each social mitigation or staying 6 feet apart, as each of these mitigating sort of mandates were put into place, the incidence of the disease rose. So there was really no evidence that we slowed down the disease. Now, the only thing that has slowed the disease down is the vaccine and natural immunity. And the thing is we should acknowledge and be happy that now about 90% of those over 65 have gotten vaccinated. Instead, we have Dr. Fauci wringing his hands and saying, oh, I need to get your newborns vaccinated because we don't have enough people vaccinated. The truth of the matter is those who are at risk over 65 overwhelmingly have chosen voluntarily to get vaccinated. So in a free society, you make these decisions on your own. Nobody tells you what to do. Nobody mandates it. Government can be involved in putting out advice, but the decision should be the individual. But this isn't true for Dr. Fauci. He's the ultimate elitist. He believes that he knows best for every American, and he's not going to be happy until everyone is mandated to get the vaccine, including our children. And there's no science behind what he advocates.
I'm almost out of time. I wanted to ask you about de Blasio's mask mandate coming down in New York City. More importantly, very quickly, I only have a couple of seconds here, sir. Where does it stand? At one point, you were recommended the DOJ investigate Dr. Fauci. And I think you were going to write them a letter. Any news on that front?
It's absolutely against the law. It's a felony to lie to Congress. Fauci, without question, lied to Congress. He was funding the Wuhan lab, and it was dangerous gain-of-function research. So he has lied to Congress, and he should go to jail. Will the DOJ prosecute him? It's President Biden's DOJ, so I don't have a lot of hope that they'll be objective.
All right. Well, we will continue to look into that. Senator Rand Paul, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.